The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for attending today's Meet Oracle Loyalty Cloud webinar brought to you by Pipeline Pros and Oracle. Before we begin, I would like to share a few housekeeping notes. All attendees have been placed into listen-only mode. Please insert any questions for today's presenter into the questions module. If you experience any technical difficulties during today's webinar, please troubleshoot those using the chat module. A recording of this webinar can be found under the Community tab on pipelinepros.org within 24 hours of the conclusion of the webcast. Now we ask that you sit back and enjoy today's webinar. At this time, I will turn the broadcast over to Tasnia.
Thanks, Jesse. Hi, everyone. My name is Tasnia Khan, and I'm a Senior Product Strategist for Oracle Commerce and Loyalty. And today I'm going to give you an overview of Oracle Loyalty Cloud and talk a little bit about the integration between loyalty and commerce. So to start off, I want to give you some background on the loyalty landscape. So connecting with customers is becoming increasingly harder. These are just some of the challenges facing brands and retailers today. Loyalty overall is declining. Customers are switching brands more than ever before. They're no longer brand loyal. They can research online for better prices, and they're more prepared to shop around. So modern customers expect businesses to understand them and reward them without any added effort. So if anything, a loyal customer expects their experience to be better because you know them and they want you to prove that to them. So modern customers expect an experience that speaks to them, their interests, and their preferences. It's also true that competition for loyal customers is intensifying. If we look specifically at customer loyalty programs, for example, it's estimated that there are over 3 billion loyalty program memberships in the US alone, with the average US household participating in 29 programs. So it's a lot of memberships, and membership growth shows no sign of slowing down. It's up 26% in just 2 years. More and more brands are offering things like joining incentives to improve customer acquisition. So it's a lot to compete with. But more than that, approximately 58% of those memberships were inactive, which meant they had no engagement with the brand or program within a 12-month period. So loyalty is really important. In fact, Forrester says that loyalty is mission critical. Once brands have done everything they can to compete on price, on their operations, on service, those things have all peaked. What's left? So it all comes down to the customer relationships. These are the only remaining source of getting at that competitive advantage, which means making and earning customer loyalty mission critical and an important point of focus for everyone in your business. Customer experience is overtaking price and product as key brand differentiators. So the place to really focus is the existing customers on customer retention. And what this ultimately means is the focus on customer loyalty. And we're not just talking about isolated loyalty programs here or isolated events. We're talking about instilling loyalty throughout the customer life cycle, from the very first interaction or even before, right through to the last interaction. So Gartner talks about this a lot, as seen here. According to them, 80% of your future profits will come from just 20% of your existing customers. And although this might not be strictly true for every situation, the principle holds that existing loyal customers generate your profits. And what is more accurate is that you have a much greater chance of selling to existing customers than you do to new customers. And it's these existing customers that can offer you a competitive advantage. But still, very little marketing spend today is spent on customer retention. So personalization is getting a really bad rap in the press at the moment. And people get really fed up when they receive a ton of marketing emails that are totally irrelevant. And you know how it is. It's frustrating to get poor product recommendations or to see display adverts for something you've already bought or were shopping for someone else. So bad personalization is costing retailers an estimated $756 billion in the US and $2.5 trillion globally, according to Accenture. And 50% of consumers say that they turn to a competitor after having a bad customer experience. 41% of consumers said that they stopped shopping with a company because of poor personalization. So this is really important. So it turns out that personalizing a customer's experience requires many split-second decisions. A decision needs to be made about what customers to target in the first place, then decisions about what products to recommend, what promotions to offer, what content to display, are made to determine the overall personalization strategy. And that strategy needs to adapt, and new decisions need to be made as time passes, as new customers are acquired, market decisions shift, and the world overall changes. So you need to be constantly learning about their customer and what they want at that moment. So active participation with loyalty programs is down. General levels of engagement are dropping, and consumers feel that brands lack relevance. So this really means that brands must stay relevant, offer personalized experiences, which is exactly what their customers want. Otherwise, they're just a click away from being forgotten. So these are just some of the top reasons why loyalty members abandon programs, and a lot of it has to do with that relevance and personalization. There's too many communications. They're not interesting, they're not relevant. The rewards are not interesting, so you're not providing your customers with what they want. So these are all really important to think about when you think about your loyalty programs and how to engage and get that personal relationship, that emotional connection with your customers. So the real shift now is that customer loyalty and customer centricity are interchangeable terms and ideas. So it sounds a little cliche, but businesses really need to put their customers at the heart of their business. But that's really age old, right? The customer comes first, the customer is always right. These ideas have always been there, but as the landscape and the customer has evolved, how you interact with them has to evolve as well. So the ultimate goal of customer experience is customer loyalty. So each piece of a customer's interaction, regardless of their stage in their customer journey, can be tracked, measured, and mapped back to something to help them to foster loyalty. So really, loyalty is the CX glue between marketing, between service, between commerce, between sales. So when you think about getting a marketing email, if it's really personalized, if it speaks to you, that can promote loyalty. If they're on your website and they have a good checkout experience, or that it's easy for them to find the products they're looking for on your store, that's generating loyalty as well. And if they call into your call center or chat with your call center and they have a good experience, that also promotes loyalty. So all of these things promote loyalty. It's not just up to one group within your company to help foster these relationships with your customers. So really, loyalty programs are the holy grail of making sure your customers stay engaged, stay happy, and feel like you know them. So the obvious way of improving customer loyalty is through these loyalty programs. And according to Forrester, loyalty program members across industries are more likely to speak highly of your brand, more likely to recommend your products, they're more likely to stay customers for longer periods of time, thereby really improving your customer life cycles. And a study by Bain & Company found that increasing customer retention by 5% can increase profits by up to 95%. And loyalty programs can play a major part in this uplift in profit, because loyalty program members spend significantly more too than non-members, about 30% more with retailers than other shoppers. So members feel more connected with the brand, and when they feel more connected, they're more likely to recommend, which can help with customer acquisition, and it can help with creating great brand advocates who will speak highly of you. So it's no surprise then that 80% of decision makers at large organizations have set customer loyalty as their top marketing priority for the coming 12 months. And you want to inspire loyalty constantly. And this is what they're thinking about. You're thinking about inspiring loyalty at every point during a customer's interactions with you. So we've talked a little bit about how it's important to build loyalty from the first interaction. Now imagine if you could know your customers in advance. And I'm not just talking about generic market research or segmentation. This is very much at the same level as personalization, knowing the individual before they're even a customer. So that way, when you do have your first interaction with them as a brand, you can already have the data to enable you to start to build a profile on your customer and know how to target them and how to engage with them from the beginning. So that's where Oracle Loyalty Cloud comes in. It is the most powerful and truly scalable platform available in the cloud in the market today. And it's incredibly innovative. You can easily create loyalty programs very quickly. The user interface is very simplified, as is member management. We're part of the Oracle CX stack, and that's very important for Loyalty Cloud. So I mentioned that loyalty is really this CX glue, and having a front-end piece is really important, whether that's something like a redemption catalog or somewhere to view your points on Commerce Cloud, or an email marketing system, so something like Oracle Marketing Cloud Responses, for example. So it enables really great unified experiences across channels using the rest of the customer experience stack. And of course, it's built on REST interfaces, so it can connect with other applications very well too. And all of this allows businesses to really focus on the customer and provide a seamless experience and really build those strong relationships that consumers are looking for. And consumers really need loyalty, and everyone realizes this. They really help tie physical and digital customer data together, and that's really important. And the customer retention bump is proven, and it's a really easy CX win when you think about how important it is and how foundational it is to have a loyalty piece. And especially having this in the cloud is really important when you think of innovations. And you see this with commerce a lot too, the amount of change with AI, with chatbots, and the different ways your customers can engage with you, the different ways you can know who your customers are. And the pace of development with Loyalty Cloud, the capabilities that are available to you, which you'll be familiar with from Commerce Cloud. We have multiple releases every year, and with each release, you see more and more innovative things that you can do, more and more different ways you can connect with your customers and reward them and engage with them. So another component we'd like to emphasize is that it's built on the Siebel Loyalty Foundation. So if you're not familiar with Siebel, Oracle acquired Siebel in January of 2006. And like Commerce Cloud, Oracle Loyalty Cloud has been completely re-architected and rebuilt for the modern cloud. And some of the biggest brands and retailers are running on our loyalty technology, like Starbucks, Virgin Atlantic, Southwest Airlines, and more that you can see here. So we have a lot of experience with loyalty across many different industries running really big programs. So if we go deeper a little bit into the product, everything you'd expect from a loyalty program, you're able to do with Loyalty Cloud and more. So for example, our customers are given an environment where they can manage multiple environments. So if you have a CPG brand, for example, that you're maybe you're a CPG brand, and they have a lot. You have a lot of different hair care brands within that, and those hair care brands are present in many different companies. Many different countries, and you can have programs for each brand and for each country as well, and all of that can be managed from the same environment using the same overriding data. So it's very, very scalable. You can also choose different points based on needs, and you don't even have to call them points at all. You can call them whatever you want, pebbles, stars, whatever matches your business needs. And the platform suits all industries. It can suit B2B, it's B2C, so it's really scalable in that way, and it can support many different audiences. There are a lot of flexible setup program options. And another great thing about Loyalty Cloud is that you can manage a lot of partners from the platform. So if you think of credit card partners or retail partners, or let's say you're an airline and you want to give your customers different ways to collect points, you can partner with a credit card, for example, or hotels. And partners are a great way for members to collect points through other avenues and not through just spending with you. And so you can be really innovative with that and really think of different ways you can have different partners and different ways your customers can engage with your brands directly and indirectly. In terms of membership updates, you can see who members are down to the individual level. And the really great thing about this, and you see this a little bit with Commerce Cloud as well, is that the IT need is really low. It makes, making program setup, promotion setup, things like that, it's really simple, and business users can really manage that themselves, so they don't have to wait on IT to get programs up and different promotions ready to go. We have analytics built in, so you can get reports, and business intelligence is really well understanding what's going on, what your customers are liking, what they're not liking. And we have a lot of out-of-the-box integrations as well. So the Commerce Cloud one, of course. And we also have one with Responses within our Marketing Cloud. And Loyalty Cloud can really help loyalty program members stand out. So loyalty programs have become a bit common, and I touched on that a little bit. Everyone's trying to earn points. People are part of a bunch of programs, but they're limiting their engagement to only a few programs that are providing them with those relevant rewards or relevant experiences. So what really sets loyalty programs apart is being able to engage with customers differently and to reward them in different ways. So brands are really looking to reward across behaviors rather than for transactions. And Loyalty Cloud really allows you to do that. So for example, let's say you're a retail brand and you have a customer that's left you a good review. And you want to reward them for that. That's something you could do with Loyalty Cloud. Or maybe you have of someone who's really influential on social media, maybe on Instagram, they're posting a lot of great content about you and talking highly about you. Maybe you want to recognize that person. Or maybe they're not even part of your loyalty program yet, but you want to gather information on them and you want to recognize within your company that they're of platinum importance to you, and you want to track and manage that customer that way so that when they do finally join your program, you're ready to go with providing them that VIP experience because you know that they are that type of customer. So it's really all about knowing who your customer is and being able to cater to those needs. So it also ties in really well with AI, with blockchain. It's all built for innovation for the future. So we're talking about the CX stack, and if you can imagine where your customer is shopping, what they're clicking on your website, whether they're leaving negative or positive reviews, what the rest of their journey has looked like. Maybe you want to even understand what their socioeconomic background looks like and create rewards based on that. There are a lot of different ways you can innovate with Loyalty Cloud and the rest of the CX stack to target customers and differentiate the brand to really create those deep and emotional connections. And so when we talk about behavioral rewards, it also ties into experiential rewards. And some innovative brands are doing this today, where instead of providing, points for doing something, they're providing them with experience. So, if you're a grocery store, for example, and you want to provide a cooking class to your highly VIP members or something like that. Having this all connected across channels, having this all personalized, it's all very important, and it all ties together with the rest of the CX stack. And it also really helps brands decrease costs. It's much easier to use. I mentioned, very little IT needs to be involved to get things up and running. The user interface enabled programs and setup is very quick, so you don't need as much staff to manage it. It's easier to get to market. We've seen implementation times of only 3 to 4 months, so it's really quick. And it's also international. We have over 20 languages and countries supported, which really enables brands to do so much more and so much more quickly, which really allows you to be engaged with the right interactions in the right place at the right time with your customers. And so these are just some of the things that our customers and prospects like about Loyalty Cloud and what's setting us apart. And it also gives you a better idea on some of the features as well. So it's easy to use, it's easy to integrate, it supports both B2B and B2C models. It's built on REST interfaces, so you can easily connect with other applications. You can launch really quickly. You can easily set up mobile apps. We have great analytics, and it's really extensible. It's built on the Fusion platform within Oracle. So if you're familiar with that, it's what Sales Cloud and Engagement Cloud is built on. It's the same platform. So all of this really helps you drive higher levels of engagement with your customers. And so when we think about loyalty, it's part of the CX stack, but because it's so foundational, we see it as living amongst each piece of the stack. So one thing to note is that Loyalty Cloud, it's a backend system, so which makes it even more foundational. So when you think about it, you need a marketing email to send out from your loyalty programs, so you can use responses, or for redeeming your products, earning points, and so on. That's where Commerce Cloud comes in, which I'll go into a little bit more in just a moment. So the main objectives of loyalty strategies are shown here, and it's not just about retaining existing customers, which in itself is incredibly important. It's also about improving your share of wallet, your customer profitability, getting new customers, referring friends, sign-up bonuses, things like that. And customer advocacy is a big one. So rewarding customers that are speaking highly of you. Again, it ties back to that behavioral loyalty, behavioral experiences. So all of these objectives are met and more with Loyalty Cloud. So when we think about some of the things that you can do by having this a loyalty program, especially when it's integrated with Commerce Cloud, it really helps increase your customer lifetime value by awarding points. You can easily reward your customers, which provides a better value to your business. And you can shift customer spend to higher margin products. So for example, for your VIP customers, maybe you want to promote some higher margin products that maybe they have early access to, or maybe they can get a discount on or something like that. And some of the things that you can do is enrolling your shopper into a loyalty program directly from Commerce Cloud. They can accrue points based on their purchases made on your site, and they can redeem the points they earned on Commerce Cloud as well. And when we think about some of the other things that you can do here, or the Commerce Cloud loyalty framework integrates with Loyalty Cloud, and the integration can handle enrollments, accruals, and redemption use cases. The integration is built using the Oracle Integration Cloud service as the integration medium, and the packaged integration is available as part of the Oracle Marketplace. And consumers of the integration need to have a license for Commerce, Loyalty, and Integration Cloud. And so when you think about how it works, Commerce Cloud is the order capturing system, and the loyalty functions like enrollment, accrual, and redemption of points is done and owned by Loyalty Cloud. And so enrollment lets the shopper enroll into the loyalty program as configured on Loyalty Cloud, and the programs are specific to the site on Commerce Cloud as part of the enrollment. So when you think of accruing points, the shopper can earn points based on their purchases made on your Commerce Cloud site, and the accrual of points happens in Loyalty Cloud. So the shopper can see the points accrued against their order on Commerce Cloud, and the orders are given after they're made to Loyalty Cloud on order submission, for Loyalty Cloud to accrue the points against the order. And redemption can be done against point balances as well. The shopper can log into a site and search for products available in points and buy products in points. Shipping and taxes, for example, when redeeming using points can be made in your currency or in points. And shopper balances are checked against Loyalty Cloud when an order is placed. So if we go a little bit into some of the workflows, for example, so if we talk about enrollment, so the user can register with Commerce Cloud and will be able to enroll into loyalty programs configured on Loyalty Cloud from the Commerce Cloud site. An existing shopper, after they log in, can update their profile to enroll into loyalty programs, and they can also unsubscribe from loyalty programs as well. So when you think about some of the integration points, the profile would be created on Commerce Cloud, and loyalty would assign a membership ID within the program. And then when we think about earning your points or accrual, a shopper can earn points by the value of the order. So let's say, for example, their order value is $100. You can give 1,000 points, or you can create a calculation based on dollar value or currency value. And this is calculated by Loyalty Cloud. And points that are accrued by the shopper from buying things on your site using currency will be reversed when the goods are returned by the shopper, and current point balances can be seen on the widget within the shopper profiles section as well. So when the order is created in Commerce Cloud against a program, Loyalty Cloud will allocate the points to the shopper, and you can easily reverse those when their return's made to make sure you're having the most accurate point balance across orders. And if we talk a little bit about redemption workflows, so a shopper can redeem points by making purchases, which we touched on a little bit. A product can only be offered in points if you want. And a shopper can return or exchange products bought in points, and the points would go back to the shopper as well. So this all ties really nicely between Commerce Cloud and Loyalty Cloud. I know I mentioned that Loyalty Cloud is a backend system, so having that great front-end piece like Commerce Cloud to be able to see your points, to see the product catalog, to be able to redeem your points, to be able to manage your information, it's all really important to be able to do, and so that's why this integration is so powerful. And so the integration between these two products is very strong. Commerce and loyalty go hand in hand, so having these two together is very powerful. When you think about the experience your customer has on your site and how when it's a good one, for example, when it's easy to navigate, when the mobile app works well, or when the checkout experience is really seamless, that can all really promote loyalty. So it's easy to see how foundational loyalty is. And then when you're able to integrate those together and see your points and everything in one place, redeem products, buy products by using points rather than dollars, it makes it even easier and stronger. So we're seeing a lot of commerce and loyalty together in our deals, a lot of commerce and marketing and loyalty and service as well. They all go really hand in hand because this integration especially is really powerful. And since loyalty is a backend system, so it's easy to manage and promote it in the different parts of your CX stack because it needs that front end piece to live. And so the integration package includes the ICS integration connectors. The required versions are releases of 18 and above. And more documentation and information can be found on my Oracle support. So with that, thank you for your time. Love to take any questions, and I hope you guys are interested and excited as much as we are about Loyalty Cloud and the integration it has to offer with commerce and all of the amazing opportunities and possibilities there are between those two.
Again, if you have any questions, please insert those into the questions module on the right-hand side of your screen. Just a couple of reminders that the Pipeline Pros Insight Conference, the second annual event, is coming up July 30th through August 1st in Denver. If you've not made plans to attend, visit pipelinepros.org/insight for complete details and information about the event. Early bird registration rates do expire next Thursday, so please be sure to register by then to save an additional $300 on your registration. Also, don't forget there are 2 webinars coming up tomorrow as part of our Insight Preview Series. We will hear from Ferguson Enterprises and from Vitamix tomorrow. So if you have not already made plans to attend those presentations, please do so. There have not been any questions submitted, Tasnia, so at this time I'll close out today's webinar. Thank you everyone for attending today's Meet Oracle Loyalty Cloud webcast. You can find a video playback of this webinar under the Community tab within 24 hours. If you have feedback or suggestions for other webinar topics, please email us at info@pipelinepros.org. Again, thank you for attending. This does conclude today's webcast.
Thank you.